Good morning. Hope everybody's doing good. Um, it's a Monday, and just kind of starting off the week thinking here, just kind of sitting around and racking my brain about what I should talk about today. I'm trying to keep on a roll, trying to keep myself motivated by doing things that mean something to me, and this is one of those things. Even if one person gets a message that they can use, it's worth it to me to spend a few minutes in the mornings or in the evenings, just kind of putting hopefully overall positive messages out there, and maybe people can find some use in them. So yeah, I was just sitting here thinking about like different types of families. You have that organic and inorganic family types where you have the families that are just kind of always together and are really positive for each other and they're supportive and all that stuff. But those are kind of rare. You also have those ones that are inorganic where there's stepbrothers and sisters, stepfathers, mothers, whatever, and sometimes they're positive and uplifting also, and sometimes they're just not. So I just kind of wanted to talk about that and just knowing that you can sort of pick and choose who you allow to be in your life. And well, when I worked in behavioral health, I ran into situations where people were just really held back by their family members, by their mothers, fathers, brothers, sisters, all that. People that were doing their 50-year-old brother's laundry and being made a fool of when they weren't doing those things for them, and I don't think that that's a good way to kind of go through your life. I think it's okay to either minimize the effectiveness of those people in your life, or to minimize the whatever, if they put negativity on you or they put positivity on you. Positivity is good, negativity is not good. But limiting your exposure to that, the negative stuff is important. And I think that you can prescribe the people that are in your life. I think you can pick and choose who you want to allow to be a part of your everyday life. So just look at I used to call it a game of addition and subtraction. So if they're adding something to your life, I think it's good. They should stay. And if they're not adding to your life, or they're in fact subtracting from your life or making things worse, it's okay to sort of have that honest to goodness conversation and say, what you're doing is making me suicidal or negative, or make me feel bad about myself and all that stuff. And I really want you to change the way that you're interacting with me. And if people aren't willing to make those changes, then that's indicative of how much they actually care about you. So you can sort of take steps after that, based on, you had a dispassionate conversation. You weren't, loud or brazen or yelling or screaming or crying. You just sort of said, look, I need to have a conversation about the effect that you're having on me. And, it's negative and I don't want it to be that way. So I would like some things to change. And if those people aren't willing to make the changes for your betterment, I mean, you're not asking anything of them except for that, you're asking them to treat you with some dignity and respect. And that's all. I think that's okay to ask for. I know it's okay to ask for. So your steps after that, should be equally dispassionate. If they do not want to make those changes, okay, well, that's fine. I'll wave to you when I see you across the street. I'll be nice. We'll say hi, all that stuff. But you're just not allowed to be part of my everyday thing. And therefore you sort of release yourself. Well, I used to say, you release yourself of the responsibility of the happiness of other people. You're not responsible for making them happy. You don't need to make those people feel fulfilled. You don't need to do things for those people all the time. You end up like that tube of toothpaste, you're empty. People will take and take and take and take, and then they'll complain when you're empty and you don't have any more to give. And that's just not a fair place for you to be. You need to continue to do those things that sort of fill you up, those things that help you find your balance and help you find your center and make you feel good. Like, pay yourself first, if that makes sense. So just keep like doing things that mean something to you. Do things that lift you up first. Like, get up in the morning and do your routine. If it's coffee and a cigarette, that's not great for you, but it's something that you do. If it's diet and exercise in the morning, okay, but do those things that make you feel good. And pay yourself first. Don't let those people empty you out. Don't let them make you feel like you're less than. And stop surrounding yourself with people that do not have your best interest in mind, because they're all out there and there's tons of them. And for whatever reason, we allow them to just, seep into our life and stay around, and we're not really particular about who we're letting in or who we're letting, remain in our lives. It's just sort of like a habit. We just get used to like, okay, well, they've always been there and they're always going to be there. So, I really have no choice, etc. So get out of that mindset and just start dictating, who you're letting in. If somebody was negative or terrible towards you, you need to limit that exposure. So, so that's it. I just wanted to kind of talk about that. That was just kind of popped in my head. So hope you guys have a great Monday, and I'll see you